Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And we are back here on Monday Night Raw to settle our final Money in the Bank qualifier on the Raw men's side of the field. So far we have Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker going to Money in the Bank to fight for that briefcase. It all goes down in London this weekend. Who will be joining those two men on the Raw side? And we are about to find that out right now. Not only will they be joining Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov, they will also be joining the respective SmackDown men's competitors. That consisting right now of Swerve Strickland and Sami Zayn. And it was supposed to be Braun Strowman, but Strowman, as if you watched this past week's episode on Friday Night SmackDown, was deemed incapable of competing after an assault from Bronson Reed. So we're going to have essentially a second chance, sudden death qualifier on Friday Night SmackDown coming up, where three members of former triple threat match qualifying matches will have a second chance. To get themselves into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And we have learned right now, folks, that second chance triple threat match, breaking news for our main event on Friday Night SmackDown, will indeed include the likes of Seth freaking Rollins, Carmelo Hayes, and none other than the best in the world himself, CM Punk. A man that just lost the triple threat match on Friday Night SmackDown to Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, of course, getting the roll-up victory over CM Punk. Punk felt like he was kind of cheated out of the Money in the Bank ladder match in that respect, because a roll-up is a pretty easy way to get one over on your opponent, and I'm sure Sami Zayn knew well exactly what he was doing, when he chose to use that method to win the match. But they don't call him the ultimate underdog for no reason at all. Sami Zayn will always find a way to prosper, as all three of these men look to do here tonight. One of these men, like I said, will be completing the men's Raw field at the Money in the Bank ladder match. And you ask me, any three of these competitors are going to add a much more highly anticipated factor to that Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's side. I mean, over on the women's side, it's almost an all-star casting of female superstars in the women's ladder match. Of course, that field will finally be rounded out here tonight in triple threat action. But like I said, first we have to figure out which one of these three will be joining the men's ladder match in London, England. And I mean, you cast your mind back to a few weeks ago. Of course, two competitors in this match, Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita, no love lost between either of these men. I expect them to go, really right towards each other at the start of the bell and completely just disregard Andrade's existence. And that's exactly what Ricochet is trying to do. But Andrade is not going to be forgotten here tonight. Just spiked Ricochet right on the crown of his skull. I was going to say, Takeshita and Ricochet definitely have some scores to settle between one another. Takeshita using the ropes to his advantage in their match a few weeks ago. As look at this, Andrade with a beautiful electric chair German suplex combination, and Takeshita now going straight for the attack on the highlight of the night. And this is going to be a certain mix of styles here tonight between these three athletes. I mean, Andrade is a bit of of a hybrid athlete when it comes to, you know, he could do the stuff that Takeshita can do, the hard-hitting stuff. He could also flip around like Ricochet. So in that respect, I do consider him a hybrid athlete. And look at this, a beautiful senton attempt from Takeshita. Nothing falling there, though. And look at Ricochet soaring through the airs with a springboard clothesline. But Andrade, once again, taking control of the match. As now Ricochet slams a knee right into the face of Andrade. Ricochet has been waiting to get his hands back on Konosuke Takeshita, as now he dumps Andrade up to his feet. And what the hell's Ricochet got planned here? Wait a minute, Ricochet, full head of steam. Oh my goodness, he went to go attack Takeshita. Takeshita completely unfazed though, as he just threw Andrade into the announce table. And now look at this, oh my goodness, huge elbow right to the face, right to the back of the head, I should say. And now Andrade kind of evening the odds here with that baseball bat. I think he just split Takeshita open with one crack shot to the back of the head. He might be bleeding from the side of the somewhere on the forehead or side of the ear. I don't know. We're going to have to obviously get medical attention on him after this match, but there's too much at stake for us to just completely stop the match and dead in its tracks right now. As Ricochet and Andrade now battling on the outside while Takeshita trying to lick his wounds on the inside of the squared circle. And now it's Ricochet standing guard in the middle of the ring as Takeshita looks to get a little bit of measure of revenge on Andrade, but he's got to look out for Ricochet. Remember, Ricochet wants to smoke with Takeshita, especially after that cheap victory of Takeshita a few weeks ago, putting his feet on the ropes to get the pinfall victory over Ricochet. Oh my goodness, yeah, this one's getting nasty, man. I think Ricochet just got split open there, and man, he's bleeding profusely from the forehead now. We still don't even know where Takeshita's gash or cut is. Andrade is the only one not wearing the proverbial crimson mask right now, as all three of these athletes attempt to get themselves into the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Of course, the spots are filling up very quickly. Like I said, only 2 spots available left in the men's and 1 spot available for the women, as Takeshita just lays Andrade out with a flying knee smash. And now wait a minute, Andrade goes off the ropes, huge drop kick, and just kicked Takeshita into Ricochet. Ricochet, the momentum sent him on the outside of the ring. Andrade almost got the win right then and there, but luckily Takeshita had enough wherewithal to kick out. But Ricochet is going to want to shake the cobwebs off here. Andrade is looking to go for the kill. Figure 4 leg lock. Oh my goodness, I think Ricochet just tried an elbow drop, and I guess that must have hit Andrade enough to you know, to bother him to get out of the submission attempt. As now Andrade focuses his attention on Ricochet here. And now smashing at already busted open face of Ricochet into the turnbuckle. Andrade completely in control right now of Ricochet. Now what the hell's he got planned here? Gonna drape him out for a DDT. Yes, just spiked him right on the crown of his skull. Ricochet's out here, but Takeshita, oh Takeshita, man, he's bleeding very badly right now, and he wants, like I said, he wants his revenge on Andrade for that baseball shot to the face a few moments ago. And now wait a minute, Ricochet though, trying to take advantage of a wounded Takeshita, but Takeshita still showing some heart here. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl facebuster from Andrade. And now look at this, that elbow right to the face. Elbow right to the face of Takeshita. Andrade looking to head to Money in the Bank, but Takeshita gets the shoulder out at 2.5. And now Andrade perhaps looking for more weapons, as if we haven't seen enough. Ricochet and Takeshita still trying to go at it here. And now look at this. Ricochet went off the ropes, but Andrade took Takeshita out. Oh, this time Ricochet hits his target, though. As now, look at this. Looking to do what he does best, and that is soar through the skies. Is Ricochet. Beautiful Phoenix splash. Lands flush on Andrade. Count of 2. Andrade has to kick out at 2. And Ricochet putting it all on the line in the name of finding himself once again in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, but Takeshita just launched a baseball bat right at the face of Ricochet. Like I said before this match even began, folks, there is no love lost between these two. I think he just slammed the back of his bald head on that baseball bat to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, but Ricochet somehow still getting a shoulder out at 2.5. And now Ricochet goes off the ropes. Beautiful springboard moonsault, catching Takeshita off guard. But speaking of being caught off guard, Andrade just spiked Ricochet right on that damn kendo stick. That's it. 1. Oh, but Takeshita gets up to his feet in the nick of time. That was going to be it, man. He hit Ricochet with his best shot. The Tranquilo DDT. That would have been it, man. That would have been it for sure. And now he hits Takeshita with it, but Ricochet is now playing defense here as he's somehow back up on his feet. And now Ricochet with a kick right to the face of Andrade. And now he focuses his attention on Takeshita. What the hell's he got planned here? Look at this. Beautiful strength on display by King Ricochet here, man. And now, wait a minute, Andrade, though, was going for something there, but got a little bit sidetracked. I think Takeshita's dead carcass got in the way there. Oh, my God. What a rolling elbow on a second one for good measure. And that brings Takeshita down, and now Ricochet can focus his target once again on Andrade. As now Ricochet off the ropes. Look at this combination here. An uppercut, a forearm smash, tiger feint kick combo. Let that knee just hit, but not flush enough, and Ricochet just clobbered Andrade in the back of the head with a lariat. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my God. A sledgehammer just went flying into the third row. Somehow Ricochet's back up on his feet. I have no idea how. Ricochet is injured, man. Ricochet is injured. It might be all for the taking for Konosuke Takeshita. Andrade is also not in a very good shape. This has been a very physical affair between all 3 of these men involved. And we thought Ricochet and Takeshita were kind of just going to gun for each other the entire time. But, you know, it's actually been all 3 of these men just beating the crap out of one another, which is what you love to see in the spirit of competition. As now Ricochet targets that arm of Takeshita, and you might want to start going for a pin or something, Ricochet. This is a perfect opportunity to get the win while Andrade is out there on the floor. But here comes Andrade back into the equation. That's what's so dangerous about these triple threat matches, man, is you don't have to be involved in the decision. As now Andrade just launched Ricochet into orbital space, but Ricochet gets the shoulder out at 2.5. Might only be down to Takeshita and Andrade now, though, because Ricochet looks like he's had quite well enough of this match. But Takeshita, like I said, there is bad blood between these two. Takeshita debuted trying to make a name off of Ricochet. But now Andrade put in the sledgehammer right to the face. Look at this. Ricochet over the top rope. Ricochet's feeling himself, man. Takeshita's down and out. He got absolutely brutalized by a sledgehammer. But wait a minute. Andrade reverses it on Ricochet now. Throws Ricochet back in the ring. Man, Ricochet is just absolutely impressive, man. I don't know what more to say. A huge bicycle knee right to the face. And oh my goodness, just absolutely stunned. Takeshita off the third ropes goes Ricochet, but no. Takeshita gets out of harm's way now. And now Takeshita running full speed ahead into Andrade, but Andrade had other plans in mind. Takeshita dumps Andrade now. Ricochet slowly getting back up to his feet. And now it's Ricochet arming himself with a weapon. As Takeshita and Andrade go back and forth in the ring. Look at this. Oh my God, just stacked Andrade right on his neck with that German suplex. And that took everybody out. That took everybody out. Ricochet says, to hell with it. What the hell is Ricochet got planned here? A Phoenix splash on Andrade on the outside of the ring. You have to absolutely be joking me at this point, man. This is pure chaos, and this is all for the last spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match on the Raw men's side, I should say, as Ricochet goading Takeshita up to his feet. Andrade once again back in the equation, dumps Takeshita right on his head with a Dragon Rana. And now wait a minute, once again just got spiked with the Poison Rana by Andrade. That has to be it. Somehow Ricochet is getting up on his feet though, as Andrade looks to completely dismember the highlight of the night. Andrade and Takeshita going back to business now. Takeshita though, inverted DDT. And now he plants Ricochet with a Uranagi. Andrade's down and out. Ricochet just got planted by a Uranagi to go to London, but no. Ricochet again with the shoulder out at 2.5. This has to frustrate Takeshita. I mean, he had to resort to nefarious tactics to even defeat Ricochet last time. And for him to not be able to still pin Ricochet's shoulders on the mat. Knee strike out of nowhere. Knee strike out of nowhere. Ricochet is stunned in the corner. Andrade didn't see it coming. Takeshita just saw his opening and just cashed in his opportunity for the Money in the Bank ladder match. We will see Konosuke Takeshita join the field in London, folks, and that adds a very intimidating factor into that ladder match with Konosuke Takeshita joining the field. This was any man's ball game, but Takeshita, which is playing at a different level here tonight. You know, he saw Ricochet was stunned in the corner, clearly exhausted from a nearly 15, 18-minute match that we had going on here. Hits that knee right to the face of Andrade. Andrade didn't even see it coming, as a matter of fact. And now you see Takeshita moving on because of it. That has to eat away at Ricochet, of all people, I'm sure. But anyways, we're going to move on, folks, because Roxxane Perez is in the building, and we know she's had a long, I wouldn't say a long-standing, but it definitely been stemming for a few weeks now, rivalry with the WWE Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, the man, of course, after Lynch just resorting to some very, underhanded tactics in her match with Roxanne Perez's friend Cora Jade a few weeks ago, and that really got under the skin of Roxanne Perez. We haven't seen Cora Jade ever since the heinous assault by Becky Lynch. And I mean, it's all part of Becky Lynch's new attitude after, finally kind of ridding herself of the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, although for how long is the real question, because Rhea Ripley is one of those participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's side come this weekend in London. But anyways, the whole point is Becky Lynch, basically, she's got a big head on herself now. Like, she thinks, the way she sees it is she's Batman and she has defeated her Joker. Rhea Ripley was her Joker. A woman that had her number almost a year to this day at SummerSlam, making Becky Lynch submit in the middle of the ring with that prism trap. And of course, Becky Lynch, she finally got her revenge at WrestleMania. And of course, the rubber match consisting in Saudi Arabia between those two ladies, where Becky Lynch would again get her hand raised in victory. So Becky Lynch obviously is feeling on top of the world right now, but she also sees all these new faces coming in from the draft and wants to remind them exactly who runs this place. And I mean, the way she's been going about it is definitely as unprofessional as it probably gets, folks. But anyways, we're going to switch gears because Becky Lynch is not in this match. Roxanne Perez indeed is, and JC Jane is looking to make a name for herself off of the young prodigy Roxxane Perez, a woman that has made a hell of a name for herself lately on Monday Night Raw. Clearly a fan favorite here on Monday nights as well. I mean, a lot of people say that if Roxanne got in the ring with Becky Lynch, she would take that title off of her, almost in a Paige AJ Lee, you know, rookie beats veteran scenario. But Perez is no rookie, man. She's been doing this. She's been doing this for some amount of years now. She started when she was 18, 19 years old, very young. You know, she was trained under the tutelage of current Hall of Famer Booker T. I mean, you can't really ask for too many people to, you know, kind of pick their brains on it than a former 5-time world champion in this company. J.C. Jane, obviously no stranger to Roxanne Perez from the NXT days. And she just drops Perez with a bicycle kick right to the face. And now J.C. Jane sending Perez into that corner. You got to believe that Roxanne's head is elsewhere here tonight, especially with dealing with Becky Lynch. I mean, last week those two ladies almost, you know, couldn't even be separated. They couldn't be pulled apart. Multiple security personnel had to get involved to pull these ladies apart. Both Roxy and Becky Lynch. Like I said, her head has to be elsewhere, but she's going to have to focus here tonight because J.C. Jane, while she is new and fresh to Monday Night Raw, she is no pushover. She's not somebody that you want to sleep on either. She's a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, as a matter of fact, along with her former tag team partner Gigi Dolan over here on Friday Night SmackDown. Man, J.C. Jane is definitely showing something here tonight. Definitely getting under the skin of Roxanne Perez, and I don't think that's very hard with the amount of, you know, bull crap that Roxanne has been put through the last few weeks with Becky Lynch taking out her friend, and now Becky Lynch kind of, you know, trying to do the exact same to Roxy. But like I said, the Prodigy is just a very different type of athlete. As now J.C. Jane, look at this though, got caught. Oh my goodness, wheelbarrow facebuster. That could be it right there. Count of one, only a count of one though. As J.C. Jane gets the shoulder up, of Roxanne Perez now going right back at the attack. It's that, you know, aggressive side to Roxanne Perez that has really seen and helped her, you know, with her success throughout her career. Beautiful single leg drop kick now from the Prodigy. No water in the pool for that elbow attempt though, as J.C. Jane just throws Perez to the outside floor. Now just stomping out the face of Perez here. This J.C. Jane, she has a mean streak a mile long, man. I mean, she's out here in all black, suspenders, you know. The whole shebang. Eyeliner. You knew she was going to be trouble. And now Perez breaking the count. Clearly, you know, she's a very honorable woman. She wants to win the good old-fashioned way, as J.C. Jane just attempted a senton, but Perez saw it coming. And now, wait a minute, Perez, oh my goodness, face first into the barricade. Now look at this, Lutez Perez from Roxanne Perez herself, just absolutely going to town on J.C. Jane's face. Again, breaking that count. And J.C. Jane again taking advantage of Roxanne's kindness in a way. Although, I mean, Perez really just wants to get Jane back in the ring and pin her fair and square. It ain't about no acts of kindness. Believe me, Roxanne Perez is in no mood to be displaying any acts of kindness. As now Roxanne Perez back into the ring. Missed a flying clothesline, it looked like. Rake to the back from J.C. Jane now. Now setting Perez up for something. Perez stuffs the attempt. Beautiful drop kick from Roxanne Perez, stunning her opponent into the corners. J.C. Jane might want to look out here. We already saw Perez hit this earlier. No, she gets the double knees again. Right to the face. Oh my goodness, what an enziguri right to the face of J.C. Jane Perez. Still in control of this match, but J.C. Jane turning around now, throwing Roxxane Perez outside of the ring once more. Like I said, I mean, her headspace just has to be cleared and just focus on the now, focus on tonight's opponent, worry about Becky Lynch a different day. You do not want to underestimate all these women coming in from NXT. Believe me, they want to make a name for themselves the quickest way possible they really can. That's why you saw Cora Jade step into Becky Lynch a few weeks ago. Oh my goodness, what a German suplex. Just absolutely stuffs Perez, but she might have got caught because out of nowhere, Pop Rocks on J.C. Jane. Pop Rocks out of nowhere, and that's gonna, no, Jane gets the shoulder out at 2.5. Like I said, these women are coming to make a name for themselves, and it will be at the expense of any woman in that locker room. As now Perez, perhaps a little frustration settling in on the Prodigy's end, as now she gets to send J.C. Jane to the outside, but wait a minute, full head of steam, Roxxane Perez, oh my God. J.C. Jane absolutely played Perez like a fiddle there and blows a kiss right after. That's a little bit of a toxic, toxic trait there from J.C. Jane. And now what the hell has J.C. Jane got planned here? Perez just took an absolute, oh my goodness gracious, a senton to the back. I was going to say she took a nasty spill on her head, missing that suicide dive. Perez could be down and out here, but no, she was playing a little possum, I guess. And now Roxxane Perez sending J.C. Jane face first into the turnbuckle. And now wait a minute, is Perez coming back into this thing? J.C. Jane might not know where she's at this point. What the hell's Perez got planned here? Oh my goodness, second rope, Lutez Perez. Absolutely bringing the fire here tonight is Roxxane Perez. And now J.C. Jane perhaps looking for a last resort of some sort. But I don't think Perez is going to actually oblige too much about that anymore. As now Perez wants J.C. Jane back up to her feet once more. I don't know if this is so wise to try again, but Roxxane Perez, ever the risk taker, she gets it this time. Gets it flush, as a matter of fact. Suicide dive. Absolutely wiping J.C. Jane out. And now what the hell's Perez got planned here? Off the apron with a running elbow forearm smash. Man, those two heavy hitters that Roxxane Perez just landed right there, that might get the job done. As now Perez wants J.C. Jane up to her feet. What could Perez be planning here? Kick to the midsection. Sit out. DDT absolutely plants J.C. Jane. Covers the leg, middle of the ring. He couldn't get any cleaner. J.C. Jane again getting the shoulder out though. And now some frustration has to be settling in from Roxxane Perez. Oh my goodness, what a discus boot out of nowhere. Discus boot to Roxxane Perez. Count of two. Perez gets the shoulder now. This is one hell of a fight. I don't want to say I didn't expect this out of J.C. Jane. But, I mean, certainly she is definitely making a believer out of almost anybody in this audience right now, folks. As now Roxxane Perez, top rope with the frog splash. That's got to be it. Count of 1, 2. No, Jane again getting the shoulder out. I don't think Roxy can even believe it at this point. J.C. Jane still hanging in there with the Prodigy. And now she's just throwing some nasty shots her way, but an elbow right to the face. And now, wait a minute, inverted DDT planting the back of the neck of Roxxane Perez. And now J.C. Jane now, oh, no water in the pool. Might have just made a fatal mistake there because Roxxane Perez now, for the second time, this time in the middle of the ring, the Pop Rocks lands. And that is going to have to do it, folks. Roxxane Perez picking up a big win here tonight And Roxxane Perez now can finally move on to bigger and better things, and that might be in the form of the man Becky Lynch. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to figure out who is completing the field in London with this triple threat women's qualifying match set to take place in a few short minutes. We got Mia Yim in the building, Liv Morgan, and Tegan Nox. One of these three women will complete the field for the women's ladder match. And then, of course, as mentioned, a tremendous main event on SmackDown coming up this week. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Carmelo Hayes, the winner of that match, will complete the men's field. Well, a spot that was supposed to be for the monster among men, Braun Strowman, after winning his qualifying match. Taken out by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, therefore, was excommunicated from having even a chance to get into that second chance qualifying match. General Manager Nick Aldis was not having it. But Bronson Reed clearly has a vendetta against the monster among men. Definitely jealous of Braun's success since returning. As here comes Liv Morgan down to the ring. We're waiting the arrival of Tegan Nox, and this triple threat match will get underway. The field for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match is absolutely star-studded, just packed with either future stars or stars that have already made a name for themselves. I mean, you got former Money in the Bank winners like Io Sky and Bayley in there, former Damage Control team members, as a matter of fact. You got a woman that has never been in a Money in the Bank ladder match, and that almost gives you the element of surprise, so to speak, that being the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley. You have Jade Cargill, another woman that has been making tons of waves on Friday Night SmackDown since debuting at WrestleMania against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. I know I'm forgetting somebody at least.
And from the Welsh Valleys, Tegan.
Oh, of course you have. She would hate me if I forget. The center of the universe herself, Tiffany Stratton, is also involved in that Money in the Bank ladder match. And then, of course, one of these three ladies will be joining, like I said, a very star-studded field, if you ask me, for the women's ladder match this weekend in London, England. Money in the Bank. I think all three of these women could use a booster in their career right now. I mean, a lot of them, all three of them haven't really had too much going for them as of late. The last, big marquee match we've seen Liv Morgan in was actually the War Games match back in November, of course, being on Team Sasha Banks and Team Bianca Belair. But, I mean, Liv Morgan has really, tried to get back in the winning column ever since, and this will be a step in the right direction. But she also has two very hungry individuals in there as well, that being Mia Yim and Tegan Nox, two women that are itching for an opportunity, just like the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now Tegan Nox takes Liv Morgan out with a clothesline, but Morgan ducks the attempt. Beautiful enziguri right to the face. Another one for Mia Yim for good measure. Tegan Nox with a kick to the back of the head, though, and now going for an early cover on Liv Morgan. And now Mia Yim there to break it up. And look at this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Liv Morgan almost going through Mia Yim to get to Tegan Nox. Like I said, I think Morgan has a point to prove here in this match, man. Like I said, it's been a while since she's gotten a championship around her waist or even been involved in the title picture. And that can all change. I mean, she's also a former women's Money in the Bank winner in the past. So, I mean, she fully knows exactly what the briefcase can do for her and the career, you know, resurgence that she could have if she wins this match and then she wins the briefcase for a second time in a span of 3 years. There's now Liv Morgan looking to go off the second with a beautiful missile drop kick, but Tegan Nox absolutely just smashing that chair over the head of Liv Morgan. Oh my goodness, what a kick right to the face. Goes for one for Mia Yim as well, and now it's Liv Morgan firing back in this match. You gotta want it really badly, and I think Liv Morgan wants it almost as bad as anybody. Wrenching at that knee of Mia Yim now as Tegan Nox awaits in the background. Double foot stomp right to the chest of Tegan Nox, and now Morgan, oh my goodness, what a nasty drop kick right to the face. Goes for another double foot stomp. Tegan Nox, though, quickly learning the offense of Liv Morgan. And now, wait a minute. Shot right to the face. Nothing pretty about it, but effective nonetheless. And that might be more effective. John Woo kick right to the face. Mia Yim taking out Liv Morgan now, though, and we know Mia Yim has a mean streak as well. I mean, she's been in several street fights in her days, and actually she's been in several ladder matches as well. She was involved in the NXT Women's Championship ladder match last year, the Great American Bash. And now it's Liv Morgan and Mia Yim going back and forth. Beautiful Hurricane Rana, though, from Tegan Nox. Letting Liv Morgan know that she is just as capable of winning this match as anybody else. Going for the cover as Mia Yim's in the corner. We saw Takeshita advance like that. Ricochet being in the corner, and Takeshita absolutely knocking Andrade's lights out with that knee strike right to the face. And now, wait a minute, Mia Yim, though, corner to corner, pillar to pillar, kick right into the turnbuckle. Now it's Liv Morgan kind of struggling to get back up to her feet. Just takes that chair right out of Tegan Nox's hand. All three of these women, like I said, you gotta want it really badly. And oh no, wait a minute. Oh my God, face first right on the steel chair. Somehow Liv Morgan, I don't even think she knows where the hell she's at right now, because she just landed face first on the steel chair, but she's still somehow hanging in there with Nox and Mia Yim. And now, wait a minute, Liv Morgan, though, what the hell she got planned here? Facebuster connects. The 201 facebuster from Liv Morgan, but Mia Yim breaking up the count. And now, wait a minute, Morgan's going to take a page out of Sami Zayn's playbook after he rolled up CM Punk on the main event last week of SmackDown. Went for the Enziguri. Mia Yim ducked the attempt, dodged the attempt, whatever you want to call it. Kicked right to the knee. And now, wait a minute, plants her with a variation of Bayley's Rose Plant. Liv Morgan might be out here. Mia Yim just dumped Tegan Nox right on her head with a German suplex. Oh my goodness, and now Mia Yim wailing away with that steel chair. Liv Morgan could be down and out here. This might be Mia Yim's opportunity to head to London, but Morgan gets the shoulder too. And now all three of these ladies really trying to kick it into their perhaps last year. And now, wait a minute, Mia Yim caught Tegan Nox. Oh no, but Morgan with a kick right to the face. Morgan with a kick right to the face of Mia Yim. I think Mia Yim just caught Tegan Nox with the eat the feet. And that would have been, oh my God, just launched that steel chair right in the face of Mia Yim. Man, we're starting to see a bit of a more meaner streak to Liv Morgan as well, it looks like. Went for a kick right to the face of Tegan Nox. Did not get all of it. Definitely got enough, though. As now Nox looks to go. Looks to take Morgan out. Liv Morgan has done an incredible job controlling the pace of this match so forth. And oh no, wait a minute. What the hell has Liv Morgan got planned here? Off the top rope. Oh no, Mia Yim. That's that veteran instinct of Mia Yim holding on to the ropes. And she might find herself in London because of a double axe handle. Tegan Nox knocks just the shoulder out though. Liv Morgan was going for a Hurricane Rana, Super Hurricane Rana off the top rope. I think onto a steel chair, really. Mia Yim going off the ropes, but Tegan Nox now grabbing that steel chair once again, wailing away at Mia Yim. But oh, wait a minute, just got that chair kicked right out of her hands by Liv Morgan, and now just absolutely, oh no, my goodness, Oblivion right on the steel chair, out of nowhere. Mia Yim can't get back in the ring, count of two. Oh no, she gets it right in the nick of time, right in the neck of time. That was it, man. That was Liv Morgan heading to London to possibly get another Money in the Bank contract under her name. Kick right to the face. Now Liv Morgan has to fight all the way. Back from square one with these two ladies. Now Morgan goes off the top rope. Wait a minute. Senton to Tegan Nox. Senton absolutely crushing this woman. And now look at the combination from Mia Yim. Lighting Liv Morgan up is Mia Yim. Morgan might be down and out here. Mia Yim going for, I think, another weapon. Going for a baseball bat. We saw the damage that did to Konosuke Takeshita. Wait a minute, though. Tegan Nox with the shiniest wizard ever. Shiniest wizard, but Liv Morgan's right there for the picking. Shiniest wizard connects on Mia Yim. Oh my goodness, the height that Liv Morgan just got on that. And now, oh, another Oblivion to Tegan Nox. And now Liv Morgan takes Mia Yim out with a suicide dive. Tegan Nox's plan with that Oblivion, I think some of her head hit that baseball bat. Liv Morgan going for the cover here. Mia Yim has been isolated, and that was a very smart strategy on Liv Morgan's end. And now because of that, Morgan finds herself as the 6th member in the women's ladder match when we get to London this weekend, folks. The field is set. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Io Sky on the Raw side, Bayley, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton on the SmackDown side. And just as I said, that is one hell of a star-studded women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and something that if I were you, any of you guys watching at home, I would not want to miss out on that. The Money in the Bank comes to you live from London, England. But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Money in the Bank, we have a bit of a preview of two of the matches that are going down at Money in the Bank. That being Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso for the Intercontinental Championship, and of course the prize fighter Kevin Owens fighting for the grandest prize on Monday Night Raw, that being Randy Orton's WWE Undisputed Championship. KO and Jey Uso, almost a unorthodox tag team here tonight, especially given the history between Kevin Owens and the Bloodline and Jey Uso in general. Of course, Jey Uso has turned a new leaf as of late. Kevin Owens is going to have to do his best to try and trust his tag team partner, but I mean, this is a man that has traded on one of his best friends in his business, that being Sami Zayn in the past. So how far can Jey Uso really trust Kevin Owens as well? I mean, that's where the dilemma is here. But nonetheless, like I said, 2 big championship matches along those 2 absolutely monumental Money in the Bank ladder matches that will be going down in London. Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso defending his championship against his greedy, his jealous twin brother Jimmy Uso, after returning, laying Jey Uso out a few weeks ago with his own Intercontinental Championship to just the biggest spit in the face you could really do, not only for your brother, but to a world champion. And I'm being told tonight, folks, that another match has been added to the card for Money in the Bank. Roxxane Perez will indeed get her championship match, WWE Women's Championship match opportunity against Becky Lynch when we get to London. Roxxane Perez, Becky Lynch. It all goes down at Money in the Bank. I mean, whoever wins that match might not even walk out with the WWE Women's Championship. Remember, the Money in the Bank ladder match, I mean, as soon as you get that briefcase, you can cash that thing in the match after. I don't care if it's for the Intercontinental title. I don't care if it's for a tag team championship. It could go down however you really want it to. And speaking of the Intercontinental Champion, he's going to want to have his head on the swivel. Whoever wins that briefcase, you don't know who you really don't know who they're going to be targeting. They're not going to let you know their strategy. Of course not. I mean, the Money in the Bank briefcase is for the quote-unquote ultimate opportunists. And, I mean, of course, you think about Edge when I say that, but I mean, like, literally, it is the ultimate opportunity to immortality. It's probably the easiest, most fast-tracked way to get yourself a world championship around your waist, other than winning the Royal Rumble. But the only thing about the Royal Rumble is you have to throw 29 other people over the top rope to win that. You just have to survive 5 other people in a very gruesome ladder match to secure that briefcase. And once you have that briefcase, you have up to a year, up to next year's date, Money in the Bank, of course, to cash that thing in. We've seen people wait anywhere from a month to 10 months. We've seen people cash in at WrestleMania. We've seen people cash in a month after Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. We've seen people cash in the night of Money in the Bank. You really do not know when opportunity will strike. And speaking of striking, the Viper has entered the building with his WWE Undisputed Championship, a title that he has held for almost a year now after defeating Cody Rhodes. Of course, the week before SummerSlam, when he cashed his Money in the Bank briefcase in on the American Nightmare and just permanently inserting a knife into the back of a man that Cody, you know, would have at one point considered family. Randy Orton completely destroying that relationship with the American Nightmare. And I mean, if you ask me, Cody Rhodes has not been the same since. I mean, Cody Rhodes used to be this guy that could win big match after big match after big match. Cody Rhodes has fallen so many times throughout Universe Mode since losing that title to Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes, he had a very strong, stellar showing against Gunther at WrestleMania this past year, but still fell to the ring general. Cody Rhodes had an opportunity to get back at Randy Orton, get that WWE Undisputed Championship rematch in Clash at the Castle, excuse me, at Night of Champions, but lost that match to Drew McIntyre, among other people. I mean, Cody Rhodes is really, he's just been spiraling, man. He's been spiraling since not only being betrayed by Randy Orton, but also losing that WWE Undisputed Championship that he fought so valiantly to get when he defeated the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns at last year's WrestleMania. And 2 men that will know Roman Reigns very familiar. That being, well, actually, almost all of these men involved in this match would know Roman Reigns very familiarly. Kevin Owens had a long-standing rivalry with Roman Reigns, that, you know, stemming through the bloodline, of course. That's why I mentioned, you know, him and Jey Uso being tag team partners here tonight. I don't know how wise that really is, but of course, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso, former members of the Bloodline, now seeing themselves on the opposite sides of the ring, as they will again for the second time at Money in the Bank. The first match, Jey Uso defeated Jimmy Uso back in Puerto Rico at Backlash. And now that Jey Uso has won the Intercontinental Championship off of LA Knight at Night of Champions, Jimmy Uso has come back with a more vicious intent this time around. He wants to take that championship that Jey Uso worked so hard to gain away from him. But man, we're seeing a preview of what might be the main event of Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton going back and forth right now. This is Kevin Owens' first time getting his hands on Orton since, you know, claiming his spot for that World Championship, as now KO gets Jey Uso involved in the equation as the Yeet Master goes to work the Intercontinental Champion, dropping some bows onto the back of the Viper. Oh my goodness, but Randy Orton with a European uppercut. That'll take your head clean off your shoulders. There's now Jey Uso suffering the wrath of the Viper. Submission hold attempt. We don't see Orton very, you know, he doesn't get very submission technical based a lot, but, you know, he could do the damage when needed. There's now Jey Uso was going for something there, but Orton now tagging Jimmy back into this match, or not even back into this match. This is his first chance in the match, and his first chance to get a measure of revenge on his brother since that embarrassing loss to him in Puerto Rico. And I mean, for brothers, it's always been like a, you know, almost a friendly rivalry. I mean, I know for one, like, having a sibling, you're almost always in competition with them. Whether you're doing a foot race, whether you're on opposite sides of a basketball team throughout the kids in the neighborhood, whatever the case may be. Like, if you're against your brother, you want to bring your absolute best. You want, you know, that feeling of that feeling of, I don't know what the word is, but like, yeah, you just want to feel superior over them, whether they're your older brother, your younger brother, your twin brother, whatever. You want that feeling of like, oh yeah, I got to, you know, one up my sibling in this. And that's exactly what this is all about. Like, Jey Uso technically, he's already done anything that he really has to do when it comes to Jimmy Uso. He's already pinned his shoulders to the mat. In that retrospect, Jey Uso seems to be the better brother of the two. But the thing is, now there is a championship at stake. We might see a different side of Jimmy Uso. We've never seen Jimmy Uso challenge for a singles title in his career either. Before, we saw Jey Uso challenge for a singles title against LA Knight, and we saw what that brought out of Jey Uso, kicking out of 3 straight BFTs to finally put LA Knight away after a spear and a Uso splash. Now look at this. Owens just ducks a clothesline attempt from Orton and gives him a super kick to eat for dinner tonight. But that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you do not know what kind of Jimmy Uso you're getting in the ring with, that being Jey. He does not know what kind of a version of his brother he is going to be seeing at Money in the Bank when a championship is on the line. There's a lot more bragging rights, you know, in the family, especially with Roman Reigns, you know, being the one that decides the hierarchy in the bloodline, in the family tree, of course, being the head of the table. And look at this, taking a cheap shot at Jey Uso at any chance he can really get. And Kevin Owens clearly trying to get back into this thing, but Jimmy Uso has done a good job of isolating not only Owens' partner, but isolating himself as well. Went for a super kick attempt, but Owens stuffed it. Oh my God, what a lariat. Absolutely laying in thick tonight on Jimmy Uso. And now, wait a minute, Owens, though. This is vintage Owens. KO cannonball in the corner. Jimmy Uso absolutely flattened, and I don't think Owens is done there yet. Oh, he went for a senton, but Jimmy Uso got out of harm's way, and now that Samoan headbutt's going to do it every time, man. That might have knocked Kevin Owens out cold. As Owens, you do not want your shoulders pinned to the mat for a 3 count just days before a monumental WWE Championship opportunity against the Viper himself. And now it's Jimmy Uso slowly, methodically, you know, controlling the pace of this match. Another super kick right to the face of Kevin Owens. 2 to be exact is Jey Uso now getting involved. Like I said, there is a little bit more of just like than just a brotherly rivalry brewing between these two. It's that jealousy from Jimmy Uso. And now Ole gets a super kick again for his troubles as Kevin Owens now trying to come back in this thing a little bit. Jey Uso took a nasty spill to the outside floor, and Kevin Owens trying to, you know, just do his best to hang in there while his partner Jey Uso tries to find his footing once more. And now Owens throwing Jimmy Uso into the corner. Now another tag to Jey. And now wait a minute. A little bit of version of the 1D. If that is not a shot in the face of Jimmy Uso, I do not know what is. Could that be a count of 2? Jimmy gets the shoulder. Man, Randy does not seem too very quick at trying to get in the ring and helping Jimmy Uso out. I mean, like I said, I know that there's a bit of a long-standing rivalry between Orton and Roman Reigns as well. So maybe that's why, but I mean, it's your tag team partner here tonight. Unless you want to take a L, I'd suggest you to get back in that ring. But now Jey Uso just took Orton out by himself, and now a huge clothesline to Jimmy Uso. And now wait a minute. Jey was running full head of steam there, but got stopped in his tracks, and now a super kick right to the face to Jimmy. What the hell's Jey Uso got planned? He wants up to his feet. Orton doesn't know what the hell's about to hit him. Suicide dive from Jey Uso, planting the Viper. And now, oh, he went for a kick right to the face, but Jimmy Uso gets out of harm's way once more and now sends his brother into the corner. Orton now with the tag. As Orton gets into the ring. Oh, but he just got caught by a spear out of nowhere from Jey Uso to pin the world. Oh, man. Of course, Jimmy Uso is going to relish at the opportunity at that. Tries to go for a strike, but Jey Uso comes back with one of his own. And now measuring Orton is Jey Uso. But no, he gets dumped on his head for his troubles with a German suplex from Orton. Jey Uso might be out here now. Count of 1. Only a 1 count. Shoulders out at 1. And now it's Randy Orton picking the bones of Jey Uso. We've seen Orton do it time and time again, but Jey Uso refuses to go down here tonight. Now a stomp to the midsection of the Viper. And here we go. There's that Kevin Owens, Randy Orton square off that we're going to see in London. Now shots right to the face of Orton. Now sending Jimmy Uso for a ride. As Kevin Owens, what the hell has he got planned for the Viper? Off the ropes. Oh, went for an uppercut, but Orton finding a way out of it as he oftenly does. And now it's Kevin Owens taking Orton up to the top rope. Both men about to be in a prone position here. What the hell has Kevin Owens got planned for the world champion? Oh my goodness. Green Bay plunge off the top rope. Jey Uso trying to get involved and get his brother out of the equation, but Orton gets the shoulder out at the last second. And now again it's Jey and Jimmy fighting off. And now wait a minute, Kevin Owens has plans in the mind here. Swanton bomb, but Orton reverses out of it. Orton gets out of harm's way, and now that vintage backbreaker from Randy. And now Jey Uso trying to look on here while Randy Orton tries to get the pin on Owens, and he does. Orton got the pin on Kevin Owens, man. And if Orton can pin Owens' shoulder to the mat at Money in the Bank, then, I mean, we're going to be seeing a sight that we've seen far too long in Universe Mode, and that's Randy Orton holding the Undisputed Championship, ladies and gentlemen. It all goes down in London. We got one more show, Friday Night SmackDown, the second chance qualifiers. Don't miss it.